Clearly, there's a lot to talk about when we talk about owning your power. Now, I've said this many times before, but I'm going to say it again. It's not something that you can give away. Giving away your power, that doesn't happen. You either own it or you don't. Viktor Frankl talks about in Man's Search for Meaning, it's not what happens, it's how you interpret what happens. I'm paraphrasing him right now. And he was under the most extreme circumstances in a concentration camp. And this is what he says about that. The difference was in how people interpreted their circumstances. So, one of my trainers turned to me in the middle of a training and said, if you have a toothache and you're in the middle of coaching a bunch of people, what do you do? Well, at the time, there were many people who were getting caught in what I call magical thinking. I also call it smacked out on spirituality. We can be addicted to a number of things, but that has you not dealing with the reality of the situation. I can't recall what I said. I can recall what he said, which was, you handle it. You don't just declare it. You don't just wish about it, hope about it, dream about it. You make it happen. You call a dentist. You ask a friend. If you're in another town, you ask someone, who do I go to? How do I handle this? Then you call, you make the appointment. You have it happen. You handle it. So many of us are avoiding handling our stuff. And you know what happens to that tooth if you don't handle it? It can cause a lot more trouble. Well, a few years after that, I had had this shoulder pain for quite some time. I had not handled it. It was handling me. I mean, I felt like I was 100 years old, and I promise I'm not. I may be well preserved, but I'm not 100 years old. And that shoulder pain developed into something that I just couldn't put up with anymore. So I went, where did I go? To see an orthopedic surgeon. The best in town that I knew of, right? And they said to me, look, you need a full shoulder replacement. Well, I got it, that I'd let it go too long, but I also got that I was never going to be old enough for that. That was the thought. I will never be old enough for a shoulder replacement. Now, shoulder replacements work well from what I can see. But I had decided I was first, too young for that. Second, never going to be old enough for that. That was me deciding that. That was me owning my power. Now, did I say that to the surgeons? No. I asked them what other alternatives were out there. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. But I went to... Well, first I went to the internet. I'm trying to remember. First I went to the internet and I researched to see what was out there. And I found this thing called Region X. Well, Region X has been doing a lot of work with stem cell, with using your own stem cells and applying them to your body. Perfectly legal. It has been done many times in this country, mostly in Colorado, where a lot of the ski teams would use, and NFL players would use stem cell applications to get back on the field. Well, I thought, well, if they can do it, of course I can. So I was prepared to spend the money to go to Texas to do this non-insured thing to put stem cells back in my shoulder because I'd been told I don't have any cushioning between my arm and rotator cuff. This is long. So let me cut to the chase. I did research it. They told me I needed to find a doctor where I was. I didn't have to fly to Texas because I found a physician, a surgeon, who had orthopedic background but also had done a lot of stem cell research because he had need of it himself. His name is Dr. Austin Yergin. I hope to interview him at some point so that you can benefit from his wisdom, which is considerable. And we did the stem cell operation. I do not have shoulder pain now. I still am working on where I was guarding the pain. It's interesting how you will guard against the pain. And there's this buildup of muscle tension around that area. That is what I got for waiting, was a guardedness, not a freedom, a guardedness, the avoidance. You don't even see how it affects you until after you've either handled it or it has crushed you. My point, do not wait. If there's something in your life that you know is building up and going to blow, handle it before it handles you. That's what a lot of this series has been about. Handle your feelings before they handle you. Look at your finances before they handle you, before they crush you, right? Because whether you know it or not, you're guarding against the pain. It influences how you're being, your ways of being in the world. There were things I could not do anymore. I could not play tennis. I found it difficult to even run, and I enjoy running. I enjoy tennis. I enjoy moving my arm. What the heck, right? So increase the quality of your life. Handle it. Just do it. You're a superhero. Do what you need to do to hit your bullseyes, to keep yourself available to the world, to own your power. Now, I really would like to hear from you. So either post on this page, go to info@betsyjordan.com. Heck, create a call with me. We'll deal directly with what's going on in your life. So let me get to know you like you're getting to know me. Have a great week. I'll see you next Friday.